and welcome to London Lips YouTube channel. Welcome if you're new and welcome if you are not. So guys, today we're going to be talking about drug dealers. Drug dealers, the least attractive men. Nope, that's what you should think. You would think drug dealers would be seen as the least attractive men because, you know, the damage the occupation does to society and, you know, all of those around them. But drug dealers are never without women. In fact, it's part of the lifestyle, you know, money, cars and women. So who dates them and why? Now, today, I'm not going to be talking about women who are, you know, groomed into dating drug dealers, harassed or forced. I'm going to be talking about women who opt in to date drug dealers. Women who seek drug dealers, who want a drug dealer, who, you know, are spending their time trying to, you know, put themselves in places where they will meet drug dealers. For a long time, you know, rappers, movies, you know, and in this modern era, you know, Instagram posts have made drug dealers seem appealing, from showing their money, the flashy cars, and then you've got rappers saying that, you know, drug dealing took them to, you know, big places, you know, it helped them fulfill their dreams. Then you have movies where, you know, the drug dealer is able to provide, you know, his poor, you know, baby mama who may be in the hood with, you know, trainers, clothes, pay for her education, support her kids. You know, they sold, you know, a lot of people, you know, the hood dream. And part of the hood dream was, you know, dating a drug dealer, because drug dealers were the only men in the hood who actually had, you know, any spare money. And, you know, a lot of this is still, you know, the same case today. A lot of people feel like, you know, you date a drug dealer, he's going to have a nice car, he's going to have disposable income, he's going to spend his money because it was easy money for him to get and he can't really be legitimately putting it all in the bank anyway. So there's a certain type of woman who finds this occupation appealing. Some of these women are women who would like to date men who are in, you know, high-powered jobs, who earn a lot of money. But these men in high-powered jobs have, you know, high requirements, you know. A lot of them expect a woman to, you know, basically be leveling up on the same level as them, coming from, you know, a background that may be, you know, of a wealthier nature. You know, these guys have, you know, different expectations. Whereas drug dealers, you know, they can like the woman who's poor like them because they grew up poor anyway. A lot of them, they didn't really have money. So, you know, they date the women who, you know, maybe, you know, are less, you know, financially, you know, stable, who, you know, may have, you know, kids from previous relationships. You know, they would date, you know, women who I guess are like them but who don't have their money, and that's one of their appeals. Some women think, you know, date a drug dealer, you can get your BBL, you can get your breast implants, you know, they think they're going to gain assets from them. But, you know, that is, you know, that is what they think, but it's often not the case. There's also a certain type of woman who knows, you know, the clubs that appeal to, you know, drug dealers. So they go down there, you know, spending their time trying to see if they can, you know, recruit one. Now, one of the things women really like about drug dealers is that, you know, they are always willing to add another woman to their books. They need to have a lot of women for many reasons. Not only do they enjoy women's company, of course, but they like to have a lot of women for things like, one, they need a woman who, you know, can ride around with them in their car all night. You know, that can get lonely. You know, driving around in the dark, you're alone, you know, it can get lonely. I'm sure they get into some situations where they feel a little bit scared, and having company does help. Two, you know, they need a woman to live with, so they're going to have a living woman, and they're probably not going to drive around with her because, you know, they probably don't want, you know, people to know exactly where they live, and they don't want her to be so recognizable. Then they need the women who are going to hold things for them. You know, they need certain women to hold, you know, weapons for them, you know, drugs for them, different things. So they need women to hold things for them. They need women who, if they are in prison, who are going to be filling up their books also. They also, you know, need, you know, a backup woman just in case, you know, their woman throws them out or the police are looking for them. So there's lots of reasons why, you know, drug dealers need many women. And as I said, they're not really doing anything all day anyway. So, you know, I'm sure having all these women fills in their day quite a bit. Having a range of women also, you know, helps them, you know, look good to the other man. You know, the other men are like, wow, you've got all these nice women, different women to bring to the club with them, you know. So that is why they like to have, you know, so many women. And a lot of women, you know, as I said, will flock to them and take them on because they think, you know, that these guys are, you know, going to provide them with a certain lifestyle. Also, some women just like the whole bad boy thing. They like the way he's a bad boy. Also, if you're from like, you know, a poor neighborhood or you're from a poor area, there may not be any guys who have really got much money in your area, and these guys are the only guys that seem like right now, you know, they've got money in their pocket, a lot of money to be spending. So, you know, a lot of the time they're coming across as rich, as you would call it, hood rich. Now, the truth is, a lot of, you know, drug dealers become addicted to drugs. You know, they're involved in violence, they're in danger a lot. And a lot of the time, they will get you into trouble. You know, you could get arrested being with them. They could plant something on you if you go on holiday with them. And they could outrightly just set you up. They could get you in trouble by asking you to, you know, hold things for them. But if you still find them appealing, I'm going to tell you what you need to do if you want to bag yourself, you know, one of these drug dealers. Now, step one, look good. There's nothing a drug dealer likes more than a woman that, you know, looks good. Take yourself to clubs that they frequent, walk around, you know, the estate, walk around neighborhoods that have, you know, a high level of drug dealers, and just walk down the road. You know, there's nothing, you know, a drug dealer, you know, will see something he likes and he'll feel no way about pulling over. They won't be bothered about, you know, curb crawling rules or anything like that, because they, you know, they're not law-abiding citizens anyway. So you've met one now, and what you're going to need to do is, you know, find out your position, and he's going to want you to find out your position and stick to it. So if he's already got, you know, a woman and he's putting you in a lower position, he's going to want you to respect that, and he's going to need you to exercise discretion. Insecurities. He's going to have some insecurities, and one of his insecurities is going to be, you know, are you going to be, you know, there for him if he gets caught or if he goes to prison? Assure him you're going to be there for him, and you're going to be filling up his books if necessary. You don't snitch. He wants to know you're not going to be a snitch. Let him know you're not going to be snitching. Let him know you're not going to be talking to, you know, other man about him. Don't be going around the world saying he's your man or trying to claim him. You know, keep that to yourself. Be willing to, you know, hold things for him. You know, a lot of these things he's going to ask you to hold are going to be illegal, and he's going to want you to hold them things for him and keep your mouth shut. Be willing to do that. If you have a crib, you know, let him know, you know, you're willing to, you know, house him if necessary. You know, if he needs to, you know, come stay with you for a while, you know, he's more than welcome at your place. Be willing to, you know, operate on a crazy schedule. So if he wants to come over at 2 in the morning, be ready to get up. If he wants you to sit in his car and drive around in the middle of the night, be ready for that too. Despite him being highly unfaithful, he's going to want loyalty, and he's going to want to be able to trust you. So, you know, let him know you're faithful, even if you're not. He's going to want a faithful woman, and you need to let him know you're faithful, especially if you want him to be, you know, buying you things, buying you bags, and, you know, feel like, you know, you're into him. You're going to need to let him know that you're faithful and that's just him. Last but not least, he's going to want to be, you know, getting that coochie. So, you know, you're going to have to be willing to do that as well, ladies. Now, if you're a lady, you know, who can, you know, take your man having, you know, a few babies on you, you better be ready for that, because, you know, he's probably going to be having babies with many women. And if you have a baby with him, he's probably not going to be committing to you, because, you know, as I said, it depends where you are on, you know, the chain, where you are in your position. And, you know, if you are a lady who's, you know, dating one of his dealers, you know, it's your choice, it's your life. If you're a lady who's thinking of dating one of his dealers, after watching this video, maybe you should really think, you know, is this a lifestyle you really want? Is any guy, you know, worth, you know, giving up your sleep, giving up your safety, you know, taking a, you know, a position, or, you know, literally sharing him with, you know, numerous women? Is any man really worth waiting for him to get out, you know, the pen? He could be in prison for a while. Is any man worth the wait? Do you really want to fill up that man's books? And are the things he's giving you really worth it? You know, a couple of bags maybe. I doubt you'll get a Birkin. Is it really worth it? Is it, you know, worth it just to be seen in a nice car? Like, what for? You know, and is your safety worth putting at risk? Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in another one.